Well, hello. I know everybody was concerned about my sound, but I think I got it on point tonight. I just left the music out because the last time I played the music, I had some technical difficulty. But am I coming through clear before I go too far like I did last time? Am I coming through clearly? Am I coming through clearly? Talk to me. Talk to me before we get started tonight. I'm so excited about being with you tonight. Good God Almighty. I am so excited. Am I coming through? Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Yes, we can hear you. There's my dear daughter. Thank you, sweetheart. I appreciate that. Well, welcome tonight to another Let's Talk with R.C. Blakes. I left the music out tonight because I need somebody to come and look at some of these machines I got here to make certain that all is well on my end. Invite some others to come in tonight. I think this one is going to be a great discussion. I think it's something that I don't think I've ever talked about this before, but at the same time, it's a needful conversation. And that's really what it is. It's a conversation tonight. One of my spiritual daughters, one of our spiritual daughters, called me a few weeks ago, and she's a very successful young woman. And I think her question was something like, the gist of it was, how do I know how to manage the masculine energy? Not forsaking it, but how do I learn to manage it so as to not allow it to completely dominate my life and rob me of my essence? That's basically what she was asking. And so it was from that conversation that the wheels began to turn pertaining to what we're going to talk about tonight. And the tragedy of a woman getting trapped. Is that the word I use? Let me see exactly how I titled this. The tragedy of a woman getting stuck is what I actually put in masculine energy. And it's very possible, in fact, likely, that a woman will get stuck in masculine energy. Now, first thing I got to say, because there's some of you that are listening to me now, if this is your first time, you're like, well, I'm very successful. And the first thing you hear most guys say is, well, you're too masculine. And the thing they're usually in reference to is that you're successful, you're ambitious, you're a go-getter, and you're supposed to be all of those things. Let's clear that up from the beginning. You are supposed to be all of those things. You're supposed to be a go-getter. You're supposed to be an achiever. You're supposed to do all of these things. Women were born to be bosses. But now you got to listen to where I'm going with this. The problem comes in when we equate bossing with masculinity exclusively. So when a woman says, I'm a boss, in the back of her mind, or maybe even in the front of her mind, she's saying, I walk like a dude. I run it like a dude. Here's the reality. And this is it. A woman was designed to be a boss, but there's such a thing as a soft boss. You don't have to act like a man. You don't have to be obnoxious like a man, like we are. That's the you know, that's the ego in us. That's the testosterone that makes us obnoxious, always competing, always got to outdo somebody. That's, that's a part of our DNA as men. We need the Holy Spirit to help us taper that. You don't have to mimic those aspects of us to be respected as a boss. All you got to do is go to the Proverbs 31 woman, and there you find a woman that was as feminine as any and as accomplished as any. She was a wife, she was a mother, she was a caretaker, she was a shot caller, she was a deal maker, she was a landowner, she was all of that. But she was a soft boss. Because and we're going to say some things tonight that you're going to need to probably remember. So you may not want to be flipping around with all of that, jumping. You may need to sit still with this one tonight and hear what the Holy Spirit has to say to you, because he's giving me some amazing jewels for you tonight. Now let's get some definition. Not to assume that everybody understands what masculine or feminine energy is. So let's assume that nobody understands. Masculine energy is often characterized by qualities, watch this, such as assertiveness, logic, and decisiveness. It embodies traits like strength, competitiveness, and the focus on action and achievement. This energy is typically associated with the drive for independence and the ability to take charge in situations. This is why I have a struggle with a man that wants a woman but doesn't have a drive to be or a desire to be a provider. I struggle with that. When a man comes to a woman and says 50-50, I struggle with that, because a masculine man has a vision to take charge, to take control, and to take care of whatever is in his charge. That's a glimpse of masculine energy. Feminine energy, typically defined by nurturing, intuition or discernment, and emotional intelligence. It emphasizes connection, empathy, and receptivity. Feminine energy is often seen as collaborative and supportive, valuing relationships and community over individualism and competition. So there you have, in a nutshell, the glimpse of what I mean when I say masculine energy versus feminine energy. Thank you, Toshiko, for putting the Royal Court in there. Those of you that are members of the Royal Court, I just put in the community the link for our Zoom tomorrow night. It'll be our first members only Zoom. It'll be tomorrow night, 7 p.m. The link is in the community for members only. So did you get that? The difference between masculine energy versus feminine? Well, what I'm saying is a lot of women see all of the things that play into masculine energy are the things that women use to be ultra successful, like decisiveness, taking charge, focus on action, even competitiveness, strength. All of those things are the things that women use to build great businesses, to rise high in the ranks of corporate America. And there's nothing wrong with employing the aspects of masculine energy that, you know, turn into the achievement of one's goals, but many women buy into the masculine energy thing and lose sight on the feminine, the nurturing, the intuitiveness, the emotional intelligence. I don't want to get ahead of myself, but masculine and feminine energy are resident. Listen to this very carefully. Masculine and feminine energy are resident within both men and women. In other words, it took me the longest to say this. You know, as I got enlightened, it was just hard for me to ever say that me as a man, I possess the capacity for feminine energy. I have the ability to project feminine energy. Males have masculine and feminine energy. Females have feminine energy and masculine energy. Notice the way I said that. I said it like that for a reason. A woman can be masculine. A woman can be masculine, but she is feminine. A man can be feminine, but he is masculine. I'm going to unpack that a little more for you in just a minute. Go to Genesis chapter 1. Genesis chapter 1, verses 27 through 28. It says, so God created man in his own image. In the image of God created he him, male and female created he them. And God blessed them, and God said unto them, be fruitful and multiply, and replenish the earth and subdue it, and have dominion over the fish of the sea, and over the fowl of the air, and over every living thing that moveth up on the earth. So now both Adam and Eve are considered man. God, let me go back again. So God created man in his own image. Adam and Eve are the species man. In the image of God created he him, male and female created he them. The species man has male and female. Adam was the masculine man, the male man, while Eve was the feminine man, the female. You know, somebody just put in here that they're tired of the whole masculine, feminine argument, but they like RC, so they're going to listen tonight. I appreciate that everybody that's living in Western culture is in masculine. And I don't disagree with that. I don't disagree with that. Because the way Western culture is engineered toxically, it puts women in masculine, and it puts most men in masculine, toxic masculinity. But let me get back to my thing. I just thought that was funny. So we see in Genesis 1, 27, 28 that God made mankind, but he made a male man, he made a female. Speaking of what? The male predominantly possessing masculine, the female predominantly possessing the feminine. And so both Adam and Eve here, well, the institution of marriage is largely unsustainable where the energy is confused. And so when you look at how marriages are falling apart, relationships can't work, it's largely due, in my opinion, my humble opinion, it's largely due to the fact that the energy is confused. We got men that are thinking and functioning almost in a female mindset, and we got women that are functioning and thinking in a masculine mindset. Now, one would think that you flip the order, if we have feminine men and masculine women, that everybody would be happy if you put a masculine woman with a feminine man. But here's, and I'm getting ahead of myself, here's the reality. while the man may function in a feminine way, or the woman may function in a masculine way, the soul of the woman is yet feminine. The soul of the man is yet masculine. So a masculine woman will settle for a feminine man and she'll never be satisfied with him. Because her soul, the way the Creator designed her and made her, is feminine. She can do masculine to accomplish tasks, to fit into society, to reach her goals, but feminine is who she is. I don't know if I'm getting over to y'all. Now, think about it like this. When a man gets stuck in the feminine, he becomes emasculated. You know, you get a man just stuck in the feminine, he becomes emasculated. And the term emasculation refers to the removal of male characteristics or the weakening of one's masculine identity. He loses his identity. When a woman gets stuck in the masculine, there's the diminishing of her femininity. In other words, she loses touch with her essence. She loses the nurturing aspect. She becomes more competitive and goal-driven like a man. See, because a woman may visit the masculine for a purpose, but she has to live in her feminine to stay healthy. So there's a way a woman can go to the job or the corporate job or to the business and be a soft boss all day, and then come home, even if she's a single woman, and slip right into her essence, understanding that masculine is what she may do at times, but feminine is who she is. And she must never get lost in what she does as her identity. Is this making sense? I need to know, is this making sense? Now, here's the question. What causes a woman to get stuck in the masculine? What causes a woman to get stuck in the masculine? I listed a few things. I didn't, elaborate on them for the sake of time. I think number one, trauma. My beautiful wife, where she, right there, that's my beautiful wife. Well, she was stuck in the masculine. She was stuck in it. And it was because of what? Trauma. She had been abused as a child. She could not trust in it. She had never known a man she could trust. Abused by your own father and uncles sexually as a little child, being on her own at some teenage year. Well, she didn't trust. And that's why I'm so hard on men, because men, we want to act like we brand new and don't understand why women are as dogmatic and as belligerent as you are. Women are that way because in most cases, men have traumatized them. And unprocessed trauma in the heart of a woman causes her to get stuck in the masculine. Because when you don't trust, you got to fight. That's the masculine. The feminine falls back and is defended. The masculine steps forward and fights. And when a woman does not trust and does not feel safe and has to protect herself, she gets stuck. Letter B. What causes a woman to get stuck in the masculine? responsibilities. When she has men that are not dependable, a man that is not dependable, doesn't show up, makes babies that he does not raise, and she has to educate, feed, and protect herself and the man's child, and she has all of these responsibilities. The responsibilities demand that she does what? She don't have time to sit around taking milk baths all day to keep her skin, silky soft. She got to do whatever she got to do. She got to drive that bus. She got to drive that Uber. She got to go to that corporate job and put in 12 hours a day. She got to roll her sleeves up and boss up because of responsibilities. And sometimes the responsibilities are so heavy that even when she's not directly under the weight of those responsibilities, it just consumes her. Letter C, lack of understanding. We haven't had these conversations. For a lot of women, this is their first time understanding the dynamics of masculine versus feminine energy. When you started listening to female rappers back in the 80s or the 90s, I guess the 90s is probably when female rappers started becoming popular. And, they talking about, I'm a boss chick and I'm a blank blank cussing, I'm a blankety blankety blank blank and I'm a do da 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 da. You thought that was normal. You thought that's what a strong, powerful woman does because of a lack of understanding. And you running with all your girlfriends cussing like sailors and, Letter D, vain ambition. You get stuck in your masculinity because of vain ambitions like a dude. You don't know when to say when, you don't know when to say uncle. You start reaching these goals and you want more and more money and you just constantly, committing yourself to more stuff you got to be responsible for because you want to prove that you can do it. Because, somewhere on the inside of your broken soul, making another 7 figures this year makes you feel like it's going to make you happy. And all the money you've made thus far has not made you happy. You've been had enough. But you keep obligating yourself to be responsible, to just stay under the pressure, stay on the grind. And you don't realize what you're doing is you're sabotaging your own femininity. With all of these goals and all of this vain ambition, trying to make all of this money you don't really need. You got enough money. All you got to do is manage the money you got now properly. Maintain what you got now. And you just stressed out, that's you can't make all that money without being stressed out. And being stressed out that's a masculine thing. Men are built to carry stress. That's why I don't understand these dudes that don't want. Okay, I ain't gonna get on that. Let me see, my notes went off. Letter E, societal pressure to prove something. What causes a woman to get stuck in masculine energy? Trauma, responsibilities, lack of understanding, vain ambition, and societal pressure to prove something. You want to prove because you got, the only men that's out here talking about what a woman can't do and what women shouldn't do, check their resume. They ain't doing nothing. That's the only dudes out here saying that. You trying to prove something to people that haven't proven anything to themselves. You ain't got nothing to prove to nobody but you. And it's causing you to get stuck in this masculine state where you can never relax. You can never relax. Now, what are the realities? JP says, these feminists have set us all. You said that I didn't. I don't talk about them because I don't want that kind of smoke. You said that I didn't, but I feel you. I feel you right there in my soul. I feel you. Now, what are the realities of being stuck in masculinity for a woman? I just listed a few. Number one, what's the fallout of your, as a woman, being stuck in masculine energy? Number one, there's an expiration date on a woman's masculine capacity. There's an expiration date on a woman's masculine capacity. You see, a woman can operate in masculine energy, but it is outside of her nature. I can operate in feminine energy, but that's not my nature. It's not my primary energy. I can shift into feminine energy to help my wife, to minister to my children, my grandchildren. You know, I can shift into that, but it's not my primary energy. And when a woman gets stuck in masculine energy, at some point, sooner or later, she's going to discover that there's an expiration date on her masculine capacity. Just like a man can operate in feminine to a certain extent before it negatively upsets his balance, a woman has a limit on masculine capacity before there's a toxic redefinition of the woman. When the masculine capacity has been reached, the woman becomes stressed, anxious, and overwhelmed. See, if you're sitting there and you're overwhelmed, you're doing too much, babe. Don't nobody care nothing about you riding around in no Bentley. Who cares about that? Don't nobody care about that. Don't nobody care nothing about you riding around in no Bentley. People ain't even looking at that. People don't care nothing about the, what kind of Fendi or Louis or Gucci or Uchi or whatever else you wearing. They don't care nothing about how beat your makeup is and you got all these frowns in your face because you stressed and you angry and you always on the phone and you always getting somebody straight. You know why? It's because you are not designed to live in the masculine. You can visit that, but you got to live in your feminine. And there's an expiration date on your masculine capacity, my dear. You see, as a man can live there all day long. A man can live under the stress. He can live under the hustle, the grind, the fight, all of that. Built for it, made for it, right? Man struggles with the feminine, the soft, nurturing stuff. That's where brothers struggle. Is this making sense? This is, when you look at number one here, there's an expiration date on a woman's masculine capacity. This is what often happens when a woman has, built an amazing business, continues to just add to it. And, don't know when to stop. Don't know when to say enough. And then, God gives her a husband. And then one day, the same woman that did all of this stuff, she got a husband, now she got children, and she got all of this stuff. And then she sits back one day and she looks at, her businesses or her career. And then she looks at her children. She got a nanny putting her children to bed. She got a cook cooking for her husband. And then she has a meltdown because there's a struggle now between her essence and her ambitions. And she's realizing that all of the stuff she thought accomplishing all of these things was going to do, it has not done it for her. And what she really wants to do is to be able to sit in her feminine now. Because that masculine capacity in a woman has an expiration date. And there's a point you're going to run out. Because you are not designed to live under that 24/7. Number two, A woman stuck on masculine. Oh, listen to this one very carefully. This now, see, y'all need to. If this was church, I'd take up a love offering right now, because there's some good stuff I'm going to give you now. You got to hear what I'm getting ready to say to you. This is going to save some of y'all's relationship. This is going to save some of y'all that got relationships now. It's going to save your relationship now. This is going to save some of y'all's future relationships. Listen to what I'm getting ready to tell you. A woman stuck on masculine will train her man to relate to her like another dude. When you're constantly in that masculine energy, and it's just that constant hustle and bustle, and that constant, just go get it, go get it, go get it. Even the man that loves you, you will train him through your behavior and through your ongoing energy to kind of forget to handle you delicately. A woman that is stuck in masculine often loses touch with feminine expressions. She becomes stoic. Like dudes don't show no facial expression. Well, that's the protection thing, We're trying to see what's going on around here. We can't let nobody see how we really feel about nothing. Well, when you get in that masculine, you, as a woman, you don't realize that you become stoic as well. See, your feminine soul is feeling one way within you, but your demeanor is something else, because you operating in that masculine energy. And she may practice emotional suppression, especially if you locked up in a corporate setting all day. You learn, just like dudes, to suppress all of your emotion. You don't cry, you don't smile, you don't laugh. You never let them see you sweat. And when a woman is stoic, and when a woman has her emotions suppressed and she's in a relationship, this is a challenge for a man to recognize her feminine soul. And so even a man that loves her, may start dapping up. What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? Love you. Love you. Because you're giving off bra energy. You see, the energy we maintain with people gradually programs them to meet us where we are. If you want your man to be more delicate with you, and if you want your man to recognize you as a woman and to treat you, like a delicate flower, you can't be walking in with the bra move. What's up? What's up? What's up? You can't be walking in with the cell phone upside your head, cussing somebody else. Get it together right now. No, you can't do all that. You got to shift into your feminine to remind your man, I might be a boss, but I'm a soft boss. If a woman constantly stays in masculine energy, she will begin to notice that a man relates to her less delicately. He's not going to abuse you or, treat you roughly, but he's not going to give you the kind of attention that your feminine soul desires. It may, the grabbing you gently around the waist, maybe a little less, because last time he tried that, you get off me, I'm taking care of business. You know what I mean? So you kind of okay, well, we ain't doing that no more. Okay. Last time he kissed you on your head, you ain't even recognize it. You so busy trying to cut a deal on the phone, you ain't even recognize the fact your man kissed you on the forehead like you used to say you loved. Now you done got so far out your feminine, you don't even recognize that no more. And then one day you wake up and you realize my feminine soul is is deficient of the deposits I need from my man. And the thing you're not going to realize is that you are the one that conditioned your man not to give you what you need, because you never learned how to take that masculine hat off and operate in your feminine to remind your man, always treat me delicately, because at the end of the day, I'm a woman. And I need all of those things. I need all of the things. Because many women disrupt the chemistry of their marriage or their relationship when they dwell in the masculine, not even realizing it. First Peter 3, verses 1 through 4 says this. Let me see. I saw a beautiful comment. Hummingbird. I appreciate Mr. Blakes for holding a position few men of creator dare to, oh man, keep running away from me. Stay in today. Bless him and his household. This is a true message for all women to hear. Thank you, thank you, thank you. That means the world to me. That means the world. Keep dancing, Speedy. Keep dancing. I love it. Y'all know I get caught up in the comments when I'm live. First Peter 3, 1 through 4 reads like this. Likewise, ye wives, be in subjection to your own husbands, that if any obey not the word, they also may without the word be won, watch this, by the conversation of the wives. Know what the word conversation translates as? By the lifestyle of the wives. While they behold your chaste conversation coupled with fear, whose adorning, let it not be that outward adorning of plaiting the hair and of wearing of gold or of putting on of apparel, but let it be the hidden man of the heart, in that which is not corruptible. Here it is, even the ornament of a meek and quiet spirit, which is in the sight of God of great price. You know, the energy you should carry around your house, around your husband, around your children, around your man, is that of peaceful. You know, like if you got a shift and you gotta, you know, take care of some stuff that's happening at the job, don't let that energy flow out of you all through your house. Your children trying to figure out what's going on here. You know, go into your office if you have one. Go take a ride in your car. Take care of the business. You got to put on the boss chick hat. Put on the boss chick hat. But you need to keep most of the energy around your people, your man and your children, that of peace, quiet. Just you know, you got to be the place of rest for your family. See, that's why children typically love their mothers, I think, more than they love their fathers, is because fathers always grinding. Fathers ain't never paying attention. We out here trying to make a living for everybody. It's mother that's the nurturer. It's mother the one that has the emotional intelligence and can pick up on something wrong with Junior today. What's going on, baby? But when you all in that masculine energy, man, Junior on the brink, you know, of a nervous breakdown, and you don't even see it. Calm down, honey. Okay, here's number 3. A woman stuck on masculine or in masculine energy only attracts feminine men, and she ultimately disrespects them. As long as you just sitting in that masculine energy and you just everything about the next goal, the next accomplish this. Number one, you got to understand this. Y'all got to hear this now. Masculine men don't care nothing about how much money you make, how successful you are. Masculine men don't care nothing about that. They don't care nothing about that. Because a masculine man has a plan to take care of you, really. You know, now, you're going to do your thing and we're going to be a power couple. That's usually what this world requires, right? But he don't care nothing about you achieving all of that. and having all of that. That's feminine men that want to know how much your business is doing. Masculine men don't care nothing about how much your business is doing. You just bragging to my, oh, we did 8 figures last year. Masculine man don't care nothing about that. He don't care nothing about that. He ain't looking for no meal ticket. He his own meal ticket. And so when you sit in that masculine energy, you're trying to figure out, why am I only attracting feminine guys? And what's a feminine man? A man that want to be kept, a man that won't take leadership, a man that want to live the soft life. And then you say, you keep on attracting all of these feminine men. Then you say, all these boys out here, ain't none of them no good. No, that's all you attracting. And you are only attracting that for a reason. And when you've bought into just getting, staying stuck on masculine because of trauma, a lot of times you don't trust yourself with anything but a feminine man. You need a man that you can control. The problem is, one part of you feels safe with a man you can manage, but you don't like him and you don't love him, because your feminine soul needs a man you can respect. And you can't respect a man you can control. Colorado says, so hear me out. Society is making it hard for men to be masculine then, because it's becoming harder to provide for a family unit. Well, the thing you got to understand is that masculinity, a man's masculinity, is not solely locked in to how much money he brings to the table. That's a misconception as well, that a man has to take care of the whole family to be a masculine man. I made a statement on a podcast and they've been wearing me out ever since. Not that I care. I said a masculine man should have a mindset to be the provider for his family. I even went as far as to say most men are not going to ever be able to take care of the whole family financially, not in this world or economy. But a masculine man got to have a mindset to be a provider. Now, let me show you. I'm glad you put that there, because I think I need to add this. What happens is, when a man is masculine enough, he may not have the wallet or the bank account, but he's masculine enough to show up in a woman's life. And he's masculine enough to say, I want to be the provider. I want to be your provider. I want to take care of you. And he shows up with that kind of energy. I'm not here to use you. I don't need you to give me nothing. I got a vision. You know what happens? The same ingenuity, the same discernment, all of that stuff that's a part of the feminine makeup that women have naturally, that women are using to become ultra successful as individuals. All of that stuff divinely, if we were in the divine order of God, where men really loved women to a point that women could relax and trust, all of that stuff was supposed to be deposited within the family unit. Because when a feminine woman meets a masculine man, she brings what she has, he brings what he has, and the two of them create what we have. When Lisa and I first got together, she made more money than me, but I had a masculine soul, which allowed her to do what? Trust me. I had a vision, which allowed her to do what? It gave her something to help me to work on. And so together, what we have produced. So there are masculine men who are unemployed right now. And there are feminine men that are making 7 figures. See, we messed this thing up, and Western thought has done it. Oh, praise the Lord. What did I say? Masculine, a woman stuck on masculine only attracts feminine men, and she ultimately disrespects them. That was the case with Jezebel. You know the biblical character Jezebel? Well, Jezebel married a king by the name of Ahab. He was her enabler. He was a feminine man, and he was a king. But this is problematic, For the woman, because her energy is attracting weak men who need to be mothered, but her soul desires a strong man that will take charge. There's a conflict. First Peter 3:7 says, likewise, ye husbands, do all with them according to knowledge, giving honor unto the wife as unto the weaker vessel, and as being heirs together of the grace of life, that your prayers be not hindered. Now, this text did not say that the woman is weak. It said she's weaker. Ideally, a man, the masculine, should be stronger than the feminine in terms of managing the stresses of life, X, Y, Z. And the man should do what? Give honor unto the wife. Okay. Number 4. Ooh, man, I'm going on now. I got to get out of here. Yeah, see, a man that'll take charge, a woman will work with that. You know, I ain't never said that a man should marry a woman should quit her job or her career, and a man should take care of her 100%. I said a man should have a heart to be 100% provider. That ought to be the desire of a man's heart. You know why? Because when a man really loves a woman, the first thing that happens is he has a desire to take care of her 100%. Now, is that going to happen financially? Maybe, maybe not. But it sure ain't going to happen if a man coming in with a mindset of 50-50. Let me get off that. That's another subject for another day. Number 4. Number 4. Let me see. Melissa says, yes, however, if the masculine man isn't able to fully support the family financially, then the woman has to work and take care of the home, bring peace, etc. That's a lot. Well, it's not a lot if y'all working as a team. See, because masculine men desire to take care of their woman. So a masculine man, he'll try to cook. He'll try to clean up. He gonna go try to take care of the children. See, I think we got this thing all twisted up because we don't have all these people out there talking about relationships that don't have nothing to show, don't really understand how this thing go. A masculine man takes the pressure off of his woman. If Lisa were out there having to punch somebody's clock, there are a whole lot of things she does now that I would be filling in. Because we're a team. Okay. Praise the Lord. Glad y'all making these statements and asking these questions, because these are things I've been wanting to say to y'all anyway. What was I saying? A woman stuck in masculine. Number 4. Listen to this one. Now, don't y'all run me. Look here. He says, yes, please. When men do chores, it's the most romantic thing. I'm going to go run the vacuum cleaner tonight then. Hallelujah. A woman stuck in masculine misdirects even the development of her children. Because who rocks the cradle? The woman. You know, who had the greatest impact on my life, my developmental years? My mother, not my father. My father had an impact. Greater impact of my father was in my teen years, young adult years. That was the greater impact of my father. My developmental years, it was my mother that kind of shaped and molded me. You know, I always say my father made me a man, my mother made me a gentleman, right? But let me say what I'm gonna say about this. Number 4, a woman stuck in masculine misdirects the development of the children. A masculine mother, and some of y'all may disagree with me, and it's cool. You know, I'm not always right, but I'm right on this. A masculine mother often produces hard daughters and soft sons. Her energy encourages the daughter to go get it, And often her son, her energy causes the son to view women as the leaders. And so if mom is masculine and she doesn't know how to communicate balance to her children, she can raise a masculine daughter and a feminine son and pass him off to somebody's daughter as a husband. And he ain't doing nothing but waiting for his wife to take care of everything like his mama did. And daughter, she don't have no plans on submitting or respecting no man, don't care who he is, where he come from. God could have handmade him and dropped him down in her lap. I runs this. When you don't bring balance and you get stuck in that masculine, and you make your people at home believe that this is the energy, that defines you, you misdirecting your children. And it makes it even worse if you got a little feminine man running around there. Oh my God. Now the daughter growing up looking for a simp. The daughter's growing up looking for a simp. The boy, he may resent you for running over his daddy, and he may grow up with mother wounds and take his stuff out on some, woman, but at the same time, he gonna view women as the leaders and the providers. He just not gonna let them tell him what to do. So he gonna be one of these dudes that lay on your couch and eat cereal out of mixing bowl while you at work, and he gonna run you into the ground because he ain't gonna let you do him like his mama did his daddy, but he gonna let you pay them bills. Yeah, Denise looking for a simp. Grew up looking for a simp. Only simps apply. Only simps may apply. Now let me get out of this because I'm an hour deep now. How does a woman avoid getting stuck in masculine? You gotta work on your emotional intelligence. And what is emotional intelligence? Number one, it starts with understanding yourself emotionally. What moves you? What does it for you? What triggers you? And then you got to move outside of yourself, and you got to pay attention to how other people are moving and how what you're doing is impacting others. Emotional intelligence. See, if you got a great man in your life and you walking around there with all that bra energy and dude getting quiet and ain't got a whole lot to say right now, it don't take a whole lot of emotional intelligence to realize that you can turn your man off. And it don't take a whole lot of investigating to figure out probably why he's turned off. Probably because tone of voice you using. Not if you got a real man. See, a real man ain't gonna be around there fussing with you and like these little feminine men just going back and forth with you. I ain't going back and forth with you. I'm gonna get quiet. I'm gonna watch you for a little while. I'm gonna see how you're moving, and I'm gonna tell you exactly how I feel about it. And if you don't make some necessary changes, some things gonna be necessary. But you got to work on your emotional intelligence. Letter B, you got to manage your ambitions. You got to manage that stress because you running behind all this money, but you stressed out. You aging yourself. You can't smile. You ain't got no time to do nothing. You can't go nowhere without that phone upside your head. You looking crazy out here. Letter C, you got to train yourself to follow. Stop always needing to call the shots, even with your friends. You want to tell them what restaurant we going to go to, what time. Stop always being the one that got to call the shots. Learn to follow other people sometimes. Letter D, go get you a therapist. Go get you a therapist to work through all of this trauma that most of us have endured in life to one extent or another. Especially if you're a woman in the United States of America. And then you just got to practice femininity daily. You got to practice it daily. You gotta learn how, as a woman, you gotta learn how even on your job, you gotta learn how to give instruction from a feminine place. You can say, I don't want it done like that, with a smile on your face, and you can mean it. It don't have to be, I don't want it done like that. You ain't gotta do it like a man. You gotta slam your hand on the desk like you see these other dudes doing in the office. That's toxic masculinity there. You ain't trying to duplicate that. You can say, no, 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 no. I see you did this, but I don't want it done like that. Don't do it like that again. And if they do it again, fire them. Then they'll understand that a woman can say what she mean and mean what she say. You ain't got to do it like a man, not necessarily. And then when you get out of your business, off that job, understand that you're moving into a realm. When you get home, you're moving into a realm where your feminine needs to breathe. Even if you're single, you need to be feminine in your house. Because if you're single, you practicing for when your man show up. You can't wait till your man show up to try to figure out how to be feminine. You got to practice your femininity while you single in that house by yourself. Change your tone. Stop talking so loud. Stop all this cussing. You got so many cussing women now. It's just absolutely ridiculous to me. And y'all think it's cute. It's not cute. It's foolish looking. It's foolish looking to see women around here just cussing like dudes. Practice your femininity daily. Practice it daily. Practice it in your demeanor. Practice it in your tone, your selection of words, the energy you use. Pay attention to people. Listen to people. Feel people. Stop running through life. And I'm done. 1 hour and 2 minutes. Did y'all get anything out of this? And let me see. And Jimmy said, and please stop popping that gum. And stay out the middle of the bed. Don't pop that gum and stay out the middle of the bed. Practice your femininity daily. So now look, I hope you got something out of this tonight. I gave y'all my best tonight. Is this our first Monday night of the new year? Yeah, this is our first Monday night of the new year, right? First Monday night of the new year. And I think if you hear me, I think this will set you on an amazing path. Thank you for tuning in tonight. Don't forget to go to rcblakes.com. Sign up for Ghana, happening in July. Sign up for South Africa, happening in December. Thanks to all of you that may have sown into our lives. We love you, Lisa, and I love you so much. Don't forget to go by Amazon and support my new book, Training for Reigning. Training for Reigning. RCBLAKES.com. You can look at all of my online programs while you're there. This is going to be the last month for a few of them. I need to put out some new content. And so a few of them are going to go away after this month, if not most of them, actually. I need to put out some new content. And so for those of you that have purchased the online programs, you'll have lifetime access. You'll always be able to access it, but it won't be available for purchase after a certain point because I need to put out some new content. What else am I trying to say? Those of you that I need somebody to put the link for the Royal Court in the feed. Those of you that want to be a part of the Royal Court, the members of our YouTube channel, you can join tonight. Tomorrow night, we're going to have our first Zoom call just for members only. Tomorrow night at 7 p.m. I'm looking forward to that. I know I'm missing something. There's a link for BetterHelp Counseling in the description. If you use that link, it will afford you 10% off of the cost of their counseling. And they, in turn, will make a deposit into RC Blake's Ministries. Now, the thing I love about BetterHelp is that you get a chance to try therapists until you find the one that works for you. And you get a chance to do this from the convenience of your own home. How many of you have some things you need to really work through? Well, you don't necessarily have to go sit in an office necessarily. You might be able to sit right there in your home and talk to someone on your phone and work your way through some of these things, even some of these things that we talked about here tonight. Don't forget to like this before you leave out tonight. Thank you, Kathy. Welcome to the Royal Court. Thank you for becoming a member of the channel. We love you so much. Now, listen, I need you all. I'm just trying to figure out what direction the content is going to go in this year. So I need you all to continue to just give me suggestions and things of that nature so that we can keep it moving in a positive and progressive direction. I want to make certain that whatever we're talking about is empowering you to be the best version of yourselves as queens. So I love you. I'm certain that I'm missing something, but whatever I missed tonight, we'll catch it next time. I am RC Blakes, and I want to say to you, you are on top, and you are going higher. God has more in store for you. I love you. God bless you. Until next time.